Hi guys, welcome back to another Overthrow Disc Golf video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I thought I'd take you through a couple of the movements / exercises that I take students through in our lessons when we're working on the brace. So the brace is kind of like these things. And also, if you can't do these things, you should probably work on them, because if you can't do them, you don't really have a great shot of being able to brace. Your body's just not going to be confident, stopping all your momentum. So I've got 3 of these for you that you can do at home, and then we'll take it out to a field and kind of go through a progression.
Drop.
In no particular order, thing 1 that I have students go through is just a little cut drill like this, right? Students who struggle with the brace tend to struggle with this in this manner. They kind of go, right? That's not bracing. A brace is a stop, and we're pushing against the floor really hard to keep our core really central, really tight, right? So you should be able to very quickly move back and forth between that. Hands in pockets, not mandatory. But I got keys and stuff. This is actually more force than I need to stop. So I'm not only stopping / bracing, I'm going back the other direction, and this is a nice drill to make sure, well, you got it on your left side too. So all the physios out there will be happy. Do that, stay centered. If you feel slow and sluggish like this, you're probably not actually bracing. You're just bobbing, weaving like a toddler. Second, and similar, would just be dynamic balance, right? So we want to move and we want to stabilize here. So I've got students who can't jump from one foot to the other foot and stay there. They fall, or they bail out early and they go here and they're like, oh, I'm falling. Let me jump back real quick. No, jump over, maintain balance, prove balance, and then go the other direction. You don't have to like jump crazy far and balance dynamically, but your body needs to know that, hey, I'm transferring my weight from one foot to the other. I want to be stable. If you can't do that, your body's going to have a really tough time being like, hey, let's walk up, stop, and then throw. So prove to yourself that, okay, I can balance going from one foot to the other. Third thing, and probably one of my favorite, the slide. Sliding on hardwood floor with your socks on like you were a kid is really good. You're gonna have to focus, you're gonna have to be able to dynamically balance, right? That's saying that you're not just going and stopping, right? We are in a balanced state while moving. This is we're taking all this momentum and we're confident that we're stopping, and all of our pressure is getting to our front foot, right? Side note, this is why the back foot lifts and turns a little bit. It's just a natural byproduct of being confident and getting to that front foot. So that's what we're trying to learn, is a commitment to this front side, this braking on the front side, this planting, a committed stop, and being balanced. So sliding on hardwood floor is nearly impossible to do if you're not balanced. Let me show some bad examples of doing this. I'll do it on the T-pad. Not being balanced, hanging too far back would leave you on your back foot here. Not committing hard enough to the front side would have you go over it. Not stretching that foot far out enough to actually stop your body's momentum. So those are things that you can do at home to give you the baseline athletic skills to brace properly. Let's take it out to the field and give you a progression there. All right, out in the field, grab a couple discs here. Doesn't necessarily matter what they are. I'm using drivers. Okay, now for the timing aspect of this. I like personally to work through this point of the walk up and stop. It's a little wet out here today, so I'm sliding extra. Right? Stop, and what we're looking for is committed stop, and we're coiled at this point, right? The big thing that people struggle with is they try to go here, toe touch, And then they try to plant and their arm starts coming in during this time. That is not a solid plant. That is not what you did in the previous 3 drills. Stop doing that, right? Instead, what you want to do is you want to fully commit to this plant and coil. We're going to pause, and then after you confirm, we are here, we are coiled, we are planted, this is solid. My weight was on my front foot when I originally stopped, right? This foot lifted, of course. When we pause, you're not hanging out on top of the front foot that's not balanced, you're over top of it, right? So there's gonna be a little bit of weight back here when we're doing it from this stopped/paused position. Totally fine. So from here, then after you go through your checklist, I am stopped, I am balanced, I am coiled, then you can throw. So it looks like this. This is real time. Okay, so this is exactly what I want you to do. Here, coiling and stop. Checking. From here, throw. Walking. Coil and stop. I am stopped, I am coiled still. Not here, here. Throw. Right? How the throw turns out doesn't matter. You're not really gonna stop like this eventually, but we want to create the timing sequence of coil, plant, then throw after you're fully planted, not coil, planting, and throwing. All right, behind view for you. Walking, coil and stop, throw. Again, where it goes is not consequential. Eventually, you will take the dramatic pause out of it. There will still be the timing sequence of plant, then throw, but it's not gonna be plant, wait, check, check, now throw. It's just gonna be a small pause. So eventually it will look something more like this. Until there is no gap. Hopefully you practice those and those are helpful for you in understanding the brace and learning to trust that front leg and building up what you need to build up in order to do that. Now, this is not a disc review, but since it is nigh the drop of tone salts, I'll throw to around 400-ish for you to see how they fly. Well, that's not a good indicator.
She went.
Peace.